Before you go to war, before you make a move, before you speak a single word, you must count. Not with your fingers, not with coins, but with clarity. Every decision has a cost. Every ambition hides a weight behind its promise. The world is full of people who rush toward what they want, but only the wise ask the question that determines fate. What will this truly take? That is the difference between a fool and a strategist. One acts because he feels, the other acts because he knows. Most young men lose, not because they are weak, but because they never stop to measure the field before they charge. They move with emotion, not calculation. And emotion, though powerful, blinds the eye that must see the truth. Sun Tzu said, "He who knows when he can fight and when he cannot will be victorious." It's not about fear, it's about intelligence. You came to me because you want to become unshakable, to escape laziness, undiscipline, and the mental chains that keep most men asleep. Then listen closely. The first step to freedom is learning to calculate. When you calculate, you stop being a piece on the board. You become the one who moves the pieces. You begin to see life as it is, not as you wish it to be. That clarity will make you dangerous, because while others fight battles they can't win, you will fight only those that matter and win them completely. Before every war, Sun Tzu would weigh 5 things: his own strength, the enemy's strength, the terrain, the morale of his men, and the timing of heaven. He didn't guess, he didn't hope, he measured. And when the odds aligned, he struck with precision. This is not coldness, it's mastery. Emotion burns out, calculation endures. Look at your own life. Every dream is a campaign. Every day is a small battle. If you wake late, if you waste your focus, if you feed your mind with chaos, you are already losing ground before the first move. Strategy begins with awareness. Ask yourself, what are my strengths, my weaknesses? What do I control and what controls me? Write them down. See them clearly. You cannot change what you refuse to measure. The mind of a strategist is mathematical. He studies patterns, not moods. He sees that success is not random. It is a sum of preparation, discipline, and timing. When you calculate, you remove illusion. You start to think in probabilities instead of emotions. You stop saying, "I hope," and start saying, "If I do this, these are the odds." Hope is for those who wait. Calculation is for those who act. Imagine a chess player who moves his pieces by feeling alone. He loses to the one who sees the pattern 5 moves ahead. That's life. That's business. That's every pursuit worth fighting for. You must become the one who sees ahead. And to see ahead, you must slow down. Stop rushing, stop chasing noise. Sit down, observe, think. Victory is not born in motion, it is born in calculation. Sun Tzu called this comparing the 7 considerations. He would ask, who has moral advantage? Who commands better? Who controls discipline? Who uses terrain wisely? Whose troops are stronger? Who rewards merit? Who is more prepared? These are not poetic words, they are measurements. Life obeys the same logic. Compare your discipline against your laziness. Compare your patience against your distraction. Compare your focus against your fear. The side that wins in these comparisons decides every outcome before the battle even begins. Most men live blind to this truth. They gamble with their lives, mistaking impulsiveness for bravery. They start businesses with no plan. They chase pleasure with no end. They follow crowds into chaos. And when they fail, they call it fate.
But fate has nothing to do with it. They simply never counted. The strategist's mind is ruthless because it demands truth over comfort. When you calculate the odds, you strip away illusions. You see your limits. You face reality without emotion. That honesty is not weakness, it's strength. Because when you see your limits clearly, you can push them with precision. A man who lies to himself can never master anything. Calculation also builds patience. When you understand the value of timing, you no longer rush to act just to feel movement. You wait until the field is tilted in your favor. You let your opponent exhaust himself. You let opportunities mature. Every tree that bears fruit first waits through seasons of silence. So must you. But here is the deeper truth. Calculation without courage is paralysis. Once you have measured, you must act. Once the odds align, strike without hesitation. Sun Tzu said, "In war, numbers alone confer no advantage. Do not advance relying on sheer strength. The advantage comes from precision, knowing exactly when and where to act. That is the highest form of power." You want to escape laziness? Then begin by measuring your day. Where does your time leak? What drains your focus? Where does your energy die? Write it, study it, then adjust. Treat your life like a campaign map, one where every hour, every decision, every effort is a soldier. Discipline your troops, position them wisely. Soon you'll see something change within you. Where others see chaos, you'll see structure. Where they react, you'll anticipate. You'll walk into every challenge already knowing where it will end. That calm, that knowing, is what makes a man formidable. Remember this, young warrior. Emotion will push you forward, but calculation will tell you where to go. And when emotion fades, calculation remains. Victory, in any field, belongs to the one who counts the cost before he pays it. You came here to become unshakable, to embody the art of war. Then start with this truth. He who measures reality controls it. Prepare, observe, calculate, and when the numbers favor you, move with certainty. For when you master calculation, victory is no longer a question. It becomes an equation, and you already know the answer.